Okay, so it's starting up. Now we're gonna be getting into, let's see, episode 2. Ooh, spooky. Load previous chapter. Previously. More space. Nope. Okay, so I do have to make a new one. New game. Yes.
They told me, son, you were born to do great things. They were right.
I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. You think that's a child down there? She's a little sister now. Somebody went and turned a sweet baby girl into a monster. It's Ryan! Goddamn Andrew Ryan! Head to medical!
Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
Did that airplane crash? Or was it hijacked?
Oh, that's why I'm not seeing it there. Okay.
There ain't no Atlas
Discord overlay.
The name's Frank Fontaine.
I had you built. I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up.
And then adopt the murderous little children.
You gave them the one thing that was stolen from them. A chance.
Elizabeth, I am so sorry.
No, you're not. But you're about to be.
Oh god, that's screwed up. Copyrights.
Mademoiselle?
Yes?
Quel est votre nom?
Elizabeth.
Pour vous, Elisabeth.
Oh, no. No, I couldn't. I can't accept...
Je vous en prie. J'insiste.
Oh, thank you.
That kid is surprisingly happy about bread.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Bonjour, mon petit trésor. Je vais te Comment ça va, Elisabeth? Comment allez-vous? Bonjour, Elisabeth.
Bonjour, Elisabeth. Bien le bonjour. Bonjour, mon ami. Alors, tu as parlé à la jolie petite américaine? Oh, bonjour, mademoiselle.
Bonne journée. Comment ça va, Elisabeth?
Bonne journée.
This is surprisingly too well. What manner of horror show is going to happen?
Viens jouer avec nous, Elisabeth.
I'm sorry, Cassette. Next time, I promise.
Mademoiselle.
Oh, dommage.
Bien le bonjour, Elisabeth.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Bonjour.
Une baguette, mademoiselle?
Okay, now you know this is a dream. Disney shit like this does not happen.
Oiseau ou la cage? Oiseau.
Sally?
And this is where the nightmare starts.
Sally, wait!
Come back! Come back!
Wait!
And France is on fire.
Sally, stop!
Or I should say, Paris is on fire.
Sally, where are you going?
Come back!
Sally, hold on!
Come back!
Ow. Holy crap, ow.
Come back!
Stop, stop! Where did she go?
Booker DeWitt.
Go away. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything!
Holy shit!
It wasn't my fault.
I have a breakdown.
Leave me alone! Can't you just leave me alone? I'm sorry! I'm sorry. I never should have left. I never should have left you there.
Empty? Empty again. What are the odds?
What's the hold-up?
Just having a bit of a laugh, Atlas.
This ain't a sporting event. Put a bullet in her. No need to torture the poor girl. We're not animals, you know.
All right, all right.
Let her go!
Quiet down, dear. In a minute, all your problems will be over.
Elizabeth, tell him you can get him back.
Booker? Booker,
Say,
what? I don't understand.
Say, I can get you back to Rapture.
What?
Just say it.
I can get you back to Rapture.
Put the gun down. Now, what was that you said about Rapture?
I can get you back to Rapture.
And how you plan on doing that, sister? You some kind of magician?
Suchong.
What?
Tell him Suchong.
Suchong.
And how do you know that, slant-eyed wonder?
You're his lab assistant.
I'm his lab assistant.
If it escaped your notice, Andrew Ryan sunk us 5,000 fathoms below his shining city. How does Suchong propose to get us back?
That's between me.
That's between me.
And the slant.
And the slant. But if I do this, the girl goes with me.
Little sisters are worth their weight in gold. She's not up for negotiation.
Last time I checked, back in the city they were making little sisters by the dozen.
That's a right fairy tale you've dreamed up, sister. But if you're lying, we can just as well kill you tomorrow. Down here, we got nothing but time. In case I need to get hold of you. If you see Suchong, tell him Atlas says he hasn't forgotten him.
She's taking a lot of head trauma.
Elizabeth, come on, it's time to get moving.
Booker? What?
Over here, on the radio.
I didn't kidnap her.
But she made for some exceptional bait, didn't she?
Had to be done.
Did it?
I felt everything that every version of me felt. All of that knowledge. I lost a pinky, but that version of me, she lost everything. Comstock. That final Comstock. He thought he could avoid his guilt by coming here.
You educated him proper.
But then why am I back here? Huh? I don't remember opening a tear to come back. And who are you? Huh?
I think you'll figure that out soon enough.
Down!
I was in Paris. I was happy. And now I'm here dealing with this Atlas, this psychopath. What was I thinking?
That wasn't Paris any more than I am Booker.
Now I have to find this Suchong, and I don't even know who that is.
Not yet, but you know he's the key, don't you?
To what?
You're asking me. Elizabeth, I ain't even here.
How's that for a mindfuck? Oh, yeah, I can't get back up that way.
What are you? Huh? And how did you know exactly what to tell Atlas?
Let me ask you a question. You feeling like yourself, Elizabeth?
I feel strange and smaller. I can't see the doors. What's behind the doors? I can't see the future. I can't even see any tears.
Well.
Oh my God. Stay away from me. Booker. No, please don't. I died here. I was killed by that. Stay away from me! But then, how am I here? How can I be dead in this world and yet... My finger. What am I? Huh? I don't understand.
If we're going to end up in the same place, it's in harm and ride.
Are you being cute?
I've come round to your way of thinking.
Have you?
Yes. I do believe one can change things, but after all the bother, one often wishes that one had not.
You're a fatalist.
A physicist.
A fatalist.
So was Newton, especially when it came to apples falling from trees. They always contrived to land with a splat. She left the child to rot.
Are you implying she's the apple?
I'm implying that she did not fall far from the tree.
And now she wants to go back.
I need to go back. To fix what I broke.
Back to where she has no right to be.
Back to where she doesn't belong.
Doesn't belong? Wait, what do you mean?
Do you want to tell her brother, or shall I?
Because I died. There are rules.
Even for one such as you.
She'll forget.
All the doors.
And what's behind all the doors?
All closed to her now.
She'll be just like the rest of us.
Forgetting the past.
The present.
The future.
I'd wager she won't even remember this conversation. We've arrived. You're trading omniscience and croissance for death and mildew.
I left Sally to rot. For what? So I could punish Comstock? He was trying to help her, to save her, and if I don't make that right...
We all have our crosses to bear.
But there is a thin line between a martyr and a fool.
The Lutesses warned me that if I came back here, I would collapse.
Collapse?
From a quantum superposition to just me.
Quantum what?
I've changed, Booker. No tears, no cosmic knowledge. Just a normal girl. With a normal Pinky. If I can't open tears, I'm never leaving here, am I? I'm never going back to Paris. You're just what? You're just the fragments of my memory telling me what my future holds?
You decided to come here, Elizabeth. You knew what that meant. Only option, as I see it, is to trust yourself. Find Suchong.
She has a problem with trusting herself, I'm thinking.
Mark my words. Palm of my hand.
I think I'm gonna have to use this air grabber. It's gonna be messy. I don't know if...
Well, a blow to the back of his head will serve just as well. Be a hell of a lot quieter, too.
That's not what you would have done.
I'm not Booker. Just because your father did something one way, doesn't mean you have to.
We're not finished!
Tart paper. Spine on me again.
You'll want to get the drop on him, and quiet. He can't hear what's only in your head.
Well, he's not getting up anytime soon.
And what with his head all attached to his body.
From here on, it's only gonna get worse.
And how much worse is up to you.
Children are clay, Bradburn. It's up to us to see they become Grecianers. Don't return to mud. Get them young enough. You can mold them for life. Henry, fetch that black label lacquers, the 12-year-old single malt. Let's discuss this like men.
Now, let's get his lockpick.
Does this mean I get the lockpick stuff now, too? Tonight's art lesson. Draw a parasite you met today. Daddy's girlfriend. Mommy's a... Okay.
Lockpicking can be easy with the right tools and know-how. Use your lockpick to probe a pin. A neutral pin will open the door. A blue pin will open the door and knock free a noisemaker. A red pin will open the door, but also sound an alarm.
Simple enough. Just a 6-pin tumbler. But there's an alarm. That could come in handy, though.
Press the probe, blah, blah, blah.
Hello, children. I'm Ryan the Lion. I'm here to tell you about Peter the Parasite.
Anyone here?
If I bake a pie, isn't it mine to enjoy? No, says Peter the Parasite. We all deserve a piece. If I earn a nickel. If I see fit. No,
What was that?
You know, don't you?
The doors, they're cracking open. My memories of the future and somewhere I'm going to go.
You sure it's your future you're looking at?
If not mine, then whose?
we must all crowd our way into the physician's office. Ryan the Lion said.
Is there a weapon here I can grab? Because this is gonna be really bad. Oh.
You sure you're ready to use that?
It's a crossbow. Looks like the bolt delivers some kind of sleep agent. Probably phencyclidine or sodium thiopental. They had all kinds of books in my tower. How do you think I always knew what ammo to toss you?
Knowing ain't the same as being ready.
Why don't you ask Comstock how ready I was?
Your father's blood runs in your veins, but it doesn't have to be on your hands. It's up to you.
Those who cannot create will always steal from those who do. Where is your empathy? Asks Peter the parasite while he picks your pocket. Do you know this word? Empathy. You'll find it in the dictionary under L-I-E. All right, boys and girls. What does Ryan the Lion tell us about the tragedy of the commons? Peter the parasite said, "We must find it, root it out."
Up and in.
That's what this is. Incessant, unbounded prying into my respectable entrepreneurial affairs.
Oh. I knocked her out and left her gun behind.
So I write a few poems here and there, time to time. What of it? I've been told this town was friendly to free enterprise.
So yeah, basically switch weapon with the R button. Okay.
Fat cat. If that's what they call a fellow who's prosperous, determined, uncompromising, then fine. Issue fits, you got me. Seems to me you're against a guy making an honest buck. I thought Rapture was open for business. Criminal dealings. Ha! Fallacy in misdirection from those afraid to let the market take its natural course. Harassment. That's what this is. Incessant, unfounded pride.
Sounds like alarms are going off everywhere. Oh wait, is this the other side of that? Yep, it is.
Look, Suchong. That's the name you had me tell Atlas. Huh.
I don't follow.
Looks like this character Suchong has taken over the Silverfin restaurant. That's where the tear was that I used when I first came to Rapture looking for Comstock. Before this place was turned into a prison.
But the first time you came to Rapture was in 1960, with Booker, when you drowned some...
Over a year from now. Yeah, that's right. When I could see all the doors, it all made sense, but now it's just a jumble.
Elizabeth, you're bleeding.
Now I know what it feels like. All right, if we're gonna find Suchong, the Silverfin is the place to start. I know the way.
I have 13.
Are you in the know? There has been a lot of idle talk from gadflies and naysayers following the nationalization of Fontaine Futuristics. I believe in free men and free markets, but I also believe in my city. And Frank Fontaine's purpose was nothing less than the destruction of Rapture. It was he who gave comfort to the laggards and layabouts. It was he who coddled the tramps and vagabonds. Fontaine was poisoning the people of Rapture. But his venom wasn't made of arsenic or strychnine. No. It was concocted from something far deadlier. It was brewed from altruism. Now you know.
Oh god, is this one? Not compromised.
Are you in the know?
Human reproduction is vitally important to society, but there is no reason that the act of copulation cannot be pleasurable as well. Remember these tips. Sex is egotistical. Without self-esteem, those participating in coitus are revealed to be fraudulent, hypocritical animals. Ego is indispensable in the bedroom. Negotiate with your mate. Intercourse can be mutually beneficial to both parties. Set out expectations with your partner beforehand, outlining the services you will provide one another, and hold them to their side of the deal. Never forget, oral contracts and handshake deals are for starry-eyed gigolos. Always get it in writing. Your pleasure is your business. Remember, you come first. Nobody's going to keep an eye on your pleasure except you. Don't be left high and dry. Armed with this knowledge, go forth now and enjoy Sexual Congress the Rapture way.
God damn.
Now you know.
I was here as well. Right after I came through, I needed something to wear that was a little more Rapture appropriate.
Disappear from sight, see through walls, and sneak up on your foes.
You can't talk to me like that. Show me some respect.
I told Senator Cohen I'm always ready to go.
Splicers. I could use this plasmid and see them through the walls, or if worst comes to worst, turn completely invisible and get the drop on them. Hey, there you are.
How many times have I asked Antonio for lockers with actual locks on them? I come back from lunch and the ensemble I just bought is gone. Stolen. But here's what takes the cake. The thief left an outfit in exchange. At first I was gonna toss that thing, but then I kind of fell in love with it. It's an old-timey number with a corset, no less. It ain't exactly today's fashion, but I'm a girl who can tell good craftsmanship when she sees it.
Let you and me talk. Gossiping about me. I didn't say you could go. Hurry up and come out. I got a lot of irons in the fire.
What did you mean before when you said you were in Paris?
It wasn't really Paris. It was more the world as I want to see it. I suppose I wasn't really happy there. We'd all be better off, us DeWitts, if we could leave well enough alone.
I'll be late again, but I'm a mess. I'm a mess!
Ryan, private security! Nah, you got me!
Why are my hands all red?
Self-reliant individual depends on state-run police force for safety. You're getting exactly what they deserve. No need to call Johnny Law. Ryan, private security.
Gotta make it happen 8.
Safety. Self-sufficient.
Welcome to the Circus of Value! No refund, no return!
To give and not demand anything in return. Why? Who benefits, class? Someone who wants what you have, free from effort. A president, a premier, a pope. I may be old, but I'm not deaf. You're only going to make it worse when I find you. The bell has rung, class is over. I hope we all learned something from that. Get out here! Your supper's getting cold. See? I said it was dangerous. Take care of this troublemaker and everything will be fine. Selfishness, says Peter the Parasite. Self-interest, says Ryan the Lion. Why share anything with your neighbor except defense? Did you ask ask to be brought into this world. I heard that!
Once I could see everything. Every possible moment. And now...
You're just like everyone else.
Why? Why, because I died here? If I'm just like everyone else, I can't help Sally. I can't even get back to where I was.
If you don't mind me asking, love, why are you talking to nobody? If I had pegged you for a loon, I might have had second thoughts on our arrangement.
I'll hold up my end. But I better find the girl the way I left her.
You're in no position to make demands. But I must confess, I do like a bit of sass in a lass.
It's him. It's the Big Daddy. The one that killed me.
You can't trade blows with him.
Comstock put him down and he got right back up. I can't hurt him. I could keep my distance, but if I watched myself, he could come in handy. Enemy of my enemy.
My glasses!
This fella Atlas has been making the rounds down here, trying to bring some kind of order to this pit. All the splicers think the man walks on water, but something about him smells stink to me. Reminds me a bit of my former employer, Frank Fontaine. Always talking about how he was going to lift Rapture right out of the old man's wallet. No fuss, no muss. See where that got him.
What do you want?
Let me in. I'm working with Atlas.
I ain't heard nothing. Nobody gets in there without a kind word from the boss.
He's not fat, he's big bone.
I'd been told this town was friendly to free enterprise.
Huh. What's this? Well, seems like central heating came from this room, so it would stand to reason that the ductwork should go to Suchong's. Wait a minute.
If we seek out
Suchong wasn't exactly a master of subterfuge. found our man.
No sign of him now.
Either he's dead, or working for Ryan. Columbia. He knew about Columbia. And Booker and me. The Sutron must have found a way to reopen the tear I made to come here. But how? A Lutece device. That's how he must have reopened the tear.
Loot first, switch later.
Problem. Big Daddy will not imprint on the little brats. Yet Fink succeeded in imprinting his disgusting bird on his subject. How has Fink, this stupid man, succeeded where Suchong failed? If Suchong could obtain hair sample of Fink's subject, Suchong could determine delta of genetic material with little sister. Proof is in DNA pudding. And before I knew it, Ryan had me bounced out of my own restaurant. And that Korean had the run of the place. It was a good business, I tell you. I never should have told anyone about that light. About those weird buildings I saw floating in the clouds. And most of all, I never should have told no one about that girl who showed up one day in that old-timey blue dress.
Bad juju.
Look, the tear still leads back to Columbia. Plasmids, Vigors. He and Fink must have been in communication, sharing secrets. Like the Luteces before they were physically together. Why did I need to come here? What does this have to do with Sally?
You remember, don't you?
It hasn't happened yet? I told you I can't do that.
Concentrate, Elizabeth.
No, the doors are shut. They're... Lutece particle. I use the Lutece particle. If it can make a city float.
It can make a prison rise.
I can't open tears, but we could use this device to go to Columbia and find a particle. But it's been vandalized.
You'll fix it.
Sure. You know, my tower didn't come stocked with the Lutece device repair manual.
You will fix it.
Yeah, I'll just...
Elizabeth, you will fix it.
Okay. Okay, there must be some information around here. These are elements. Sodium, titanium. Why would these be on schematics for... It's code. A Visionaire cipher. If we assume hydrogen is A, and iron, the 26th element, is C...
You always used to need a code key.
It's right here. Never underestimate the fallibility of the egomaniac. Looks like a punch list for things Suchong needs to fix the machine. A cold cathode tube, a carbon dioxide scrubber, and a heatsink. Any of the vending machines should have the cathode tube. And we can look for a CO2 scrubber in the bathysphere showroom. A lot of models should have them. A heatsink. Oh, that's... Where in a department are we gonna find...
Keep your cool with Old Man Winter.
That'll work. Time to find those parts. And then I just have to repair the most sophisticated piece of technology ever created.
Elizabeth, you saw yourself make this repair. You can do this.
Whatever you say. Guess we better find our way out of here. Atlas, you there? I need a favor.
A favor? I don't suppose you've conjured up the miracle you promised yet?
I'm working on it. I'm gonna need some Old Man Winter.
You might try where they hawk them new bathyspheres. As I hear it, Old Man Winter's the only thing keeps their batteries from bursting into flames after 5 minutes.
Thanks.
Think nothing of it. But it's the last favor you'll be getting.
Penalty for vandalism of Suchong device is death. Even for pretty lady.
I suppose you'd be Suchong. Save your ammunition, your device doesn't work.
Device at work. Vandal sabotage. You are vandal.
Actually, I intend to fix your device. That is, unless you plan on coming down here and doing it yourself.
It's not prudent for Suchong to return to lab. And you say you can fix?
I broke your code, didn't I? Now just give me the one to open that door and we'll see what your creation can do.
1216.
Your birthday?
Enough of talk. Fix the machine.
How'd you know that?
Never underestimate the fallibility of the egomaniac.
Rapture 1950. Yes, sir. That's correct, sir. I'm representing Olympus Heights. Hope I do you all proud, gang. For the talent portion, I've chosen a song that's ever so dear to my heart, suggested by my dear, sweet mother. Did you hear that? Come back! You'll adore the spotlight. Performance of the year. Yes, I'd love to have children. 3 at least. Of course, I need to find the right fellow first.
There, that machine. It'll have the cathode tube. Got it. Now I need to find Old Man Winter and a CO2 scrubber.
I closed that shop. I closed it. I opened check, but I'm telling you, he is closed.
First, a log against bribery. And there was some fella in my privy advising how I defecate. Martial law?
I don't feel well how he fights.
Yeah. Both of them.
Hey, honey!
Butterflies in your stomach? Come here. I have just the thing.
Looks like someone's been decrypting a code. We've confirmed completion of the ace in the hole. Suchong has it, but unlikely to give it up easily. We'll update when we know more. What's that all about?
Come on out, you!
Hypnotize Big Daddy.
Coming next year.
Of course.
You're not getting out of this deal that easy.
Going to play hard to get.
Seen what you done to my friend here. What you do to my friend, you do to me.
Time to time. What of it? I'd been told this town was friendly to free enterprise.
Pretty. Why, a girl can dream, can't she?
Once she sees how I can change.
Nothing wrong with that. It's going to be yourself. So here I am, 100% the genuine article.
Bad cat. If that's what they call a fella who's prosperous. Determined, uncompromising, and fine. Issue fits, he's got it. Okay, I thought I was as confident as I
Somebody there? I sure would love some company.
I thought Rapture was open for business. This romantic evening.
Where there's bathyspheres, there's bound to be CO2 scrubbers.
And why is that?
If you don't remove the carbon dioxide from the air supply in a submersible, you suffocate. One thing I did like about Rapture, lots of new books to read. That will need a long-haul bathysphere, something where the CO2 buildup would limit the submersible period.
You okay?
I've seen all this happen before. I've seen everything that will happen, and now I only see darkness.
You sent yourself here for a reason.
A debt.
That's what you want to call it.
This Atlas. I'm gonna have to kill him. Either that or he'll kill me.
Maybe so.
I'm not you, Booker. Some war hero. I'm not even me anymore. No tears, no omniscience, or whatever you want to call it. Just a whole lot of book learning. And a handful of lockpicks.
Minus the lockpicks.
The humpback whale. That thing is as old as the hills. Strictly bargain basement. You gotta wear an O2 tank and a mask. We won't find a scrubber on that. Oh, the 52 Mako. Classic. But it's a death drop. 28 known fatalities related to its use. Carbon dioxide poisoning. And they're still on the market.
Steeply discounted, though.
There. The Stingray.
Now we'll get in.
Submersible time of 90 minutes. That's our girl.
All the way up there.
The grease monkeys had to get it up there somehow. Just gotta find the controls.
Did you even notice? Both that bathroom floor.
You were the worst kind of parasite. Only take...
A rapture reminder. The water surrounding Fontaine's department store have been seeded with an extensive number of magnetic mines. They are very sensitive. Do yourself a favor. Leave any thoughts of escape to the rooms. Life down in Fontaine's is going to be what you make of it. So make it great.
Fort Dundee. Fort Dundee. Good.
Harassment. This incessant, unbounded prying into my respectable entrepreneurial affairs. Women don't care nothing for character or anything. It's all money and looks.
The anarchist Bakunin said the urge to destroy is also a creative urge. In this way.
I can change, Sugar. I can. Just give me a chance.
Yep. Let's keep everything in order, shall we?
First, the law gets bribery. Then, you'll want some fella in my privy advising how I defecate. What's next? Martial law?
You some? They're real personal to me. They're like love.
What if the fella did this is still around? How'd they get there? How can I keep it from happening to me? Come back and clean it up!
I heard something.
When I found you.
I didn't say you could go. You left me with nothing.
That only seems to be knocking them back.
You're only gonna do real damage that way if they don't see you coming.
Come on out, you.
Talk about nerfing the hell out of the guns. Holy crap.
Give me the cold shoulder. Break's over. Back to use.
Damn the hooligans. They've been sneaking into the repair bay at night, riding around on the hydraulic lifts. It's some kind of make-out spot. Can't exactly blame them. God knows how boring it must be to grow up in Rapture. But their hormones are costing us money, and this isn't an amusement park.
What of it? I've been told this town is friendly to free enterprise. If that's what they call a fella who's prosperous, determined, uncompromising, then fine. Issue business. Got it. Well, what was that? I know right where you are. out, you! A bootless errand. A snipe hunt. All told, an unprofitable business. Sounded awful irregular. When I find you... Come on out, you. Break's over.
Define the laws of physics!
Seems to me you're against a guy making an honest buck. I thought Rapture was open for business. I'm accustomed to such strange noises. I saw where you went.
Those are codes.
When I find you...
Damn hooligans. They've been sneaking into the repair bay at night, riding around on the hydraulic lifts. It's some kind of make-out spot. Can't exactly blame them. God knows how boring it must be to grow up in Rapture. But their hormones are costing us money, and this isn't an amusement park. I've locked the control room. The code is 7951.
Criminal dealings? Ha! Fallacy and misdirection from those afraid to let the market take its natural course. Harassment. That's what this is. Unbounded pride and entrepreneurial affairs. First, the law gets bribery. Then, you'll want some fella in my privy advising how I defecate.
Probably a switch around here somewhere.
Holy crap!
Of course, the buildings are being fabricated above the waves. But we will lower them on a lunette ring, submerged into the structure's steel frames. So much steel, you wonder. How will we keep so large a purchase from the government? Water is buoyant. We shall not frame Rapture in steel.
Another coded message. Attempt to retrieve Ace in the Hole from Suchong unsuccessful. Ryan Private Security killed 3 of our men in the bargain. We'll need to explore alternate means of obtaining Ace.
I got the microwave gun again.
This is gonna be noisy.
Hurry up and come out. I got a lot of irons and fire. Come here, hon. Got a sweetheart.
Got it. Just need to find Old Man Winter.
How long you been two-timing me?
Poor teddy bear.
To begin the future, we first clear away the debris of the past. And this obliteration begins inside. Inside you.
So I greased a few palms here and there, time to time. What of it? I'd been told this town was friendly to free enterprise.
Who are we? We are men of tomorrow. Men who seek conflict so we may transform.
Any progress, love? I must confess, I'm becoming a wee bit skeptical.
Remind me, why am I supposed to care?
You see, me lads have taken a keen thirst for Adam, and there's a vintage right in front of me that'll do nicely.
If you kill her, I truly hope you are happy living down here. Put down roots, raise a family. Or maybe you think Andrew Ryan is going to ride to your rescue.
Fair enough. But remember, there are fast ways to harvest little sisters, and some very slow ones.
Hey, Junior! Come on in and watch this. All right. You pay attention now. Ryan's got the trust you.
Oh, that's gonna be too much fun.
Where's my boy? Wait! I don't know where my boy is!
Determined, uncompromising, issue fits, you got me. Seems to be more against a guy making an honest buck. I thought Rapture was open for business.
I see what you done here. And you ain't gonna do it again.
I got what it takes.
He may make more of you yet.
Give me the cold shoulder. You ain't no big I'm gonna bring.
My Supposed. Let us continue this face to face. Together.
Oh God!
A disagreeable fellow, this Souchon.
That's surprising. I'd imagined he'd be right up your street.
I feel dirty sharing a universe with the man.
How poorly we see our own traits in others.
What do you mean?
You both see the world through a lens of science.
And what's wrong with that?
Ask young Miss Comstock.
I would, but I don't suppose she's any longer in a position to answer.
Oh, that was bad.
Hey, Junior! Come on in and watch me. All right. Pay attention now. That's it. What you done to my friend here? What you do to my friend, you do to me!
Simply because it's yours.
That you, honey? What you done to him?
Fair warning. I'm an eye for an eye type of fella.
I see what you done here. And you ain't gonna...
Put on your rubbers. Don't want to catch cold.
Canary in a coal mine. I won't roll over for you.
Okay.
Foolery. There'll be hell to pay. I'll look everywhere. See? I said it was dangerous. Just take care of this troublemaker and everything will be fine. Better check. That's it. Goodbye. I'm getting out of here. Don't walk away when I'm talking. Sure put a stop to that. Do not throw the ball in the house. Franklin. Won't have any horseplay. I look everywhere. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Old Man Winter. That's how we'll call Suchong's machine.
Larry over here.
Yeah?
Atlas sent me here for some Old Man Winter.
You haven't been around here long, have you?
What makes you say that?
'Cause you're the only one of us who don't smell like the reptile house at the zoo. Now be quick about it, and just take the winner. This ain't the Goodwill.
So Atlas asked me to figure out where to strike first when we bust out of this place, but, you know, it all depends on when we get out, you know? I mean, no big... It's a big founding of Rapshush and...
Just what we needed. That was the last of it.
Now you think you can manage the repair?
Sure. I've been fixing quantum field whereabouts of the foreign bitch scientist unknown. Ryan presumes she's dead, but our guess is she's gone underground with the Little Sisters. Options on obtaining the ace are dwindling.
Tell Ryan things are getting hot down here real fast. The goddamn leprechaun is building himself a regular army. If you'd asked my opinion, which you didn't, I'd send a crew down here and clean up the place before they show up on your doorstep. But who am I except some undercover schmuck? You...
Hey, Sam, that you?
Who the hell are you? Come! Let's test your metal!
What's your secret, Donnie? Why you always number one and always pulling up the bottom?
First, the law gets private.
Oh god, I don't like this. I don't have any ammo.
Turn down the heat and turn up the ease and relaxation with Old Man Winter from Ryan Industries.
All of these jerks. 8 puppets, Kara. All of them. I'm the only one who knows the score.
Ain't nothing been right for this town since Frank Fontaine died.
That's what you are. Cognitive.
Listen to that racket. Damn air grabber must be busted.
Come back!
No one around?
Think about it. What do they want? What do they got to gain?
I hear you gossiping about me. Hurry up and come out. I got a lot of iron fire.
Okay, let's try that again. And not suck at it.
No, don't you dare. That earwax, that stuff's golden. Gums of the works, I can't make you this slave.
That's what this is. Incessant, unbound prying into my respectable entrepreneurial affairs.
I know real well how you like it.
Simple. You want to mind control everybody? Public address system. That's how you do it, Kara. Just like that.
us continue this face to face.
What are these that work on those guys?
You don't know nothing. Ryan's playing them all like a cheap fiddle.
Spying on me again.
Without the snarl of you become fixed.
Where they go, Kara?
Come here, baby.
Performance of the year. Gosh, there's an awful lot of competition. They're all so pretty. Boy, a girl can dream, can't she?
Now we won't immediately die of CO2 poisoning the moment we turn the thing on. Well, not the perfect phosphor frequency, but it'll do. Okay, that should stop it from overheating. There, everything's fixed. We're ready.
Let's fire it up and see. What did I tell you?
Look. We're on the First Lady. It can't be this easy. The First Lady Mark II was built around a particle lift system, just like all the buildings in the city. I read all about it in the Columbian Scientific. The particles seated at the top of the structure must be up that lift. Perfect.
Seems like a lot of technology just to float an airship. Comstock never heard of hydrogen?
The First Lady Mark I did run on hydrogen, and it was destroyed by a single bullet from a Vox sniper. Unfortunately, the Prophet wasn't on board at the time. If I take the active particle, then the First Lady is just a 40-ton paperweight. Best to take the spare. Here we go. Now let's head back through that tear.
You honestly expect Atlas to honor his side of the deal?
No, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
How do you plan on handling Atlas? He ain't just some spliced-up maniac.
He'll make a mistake. I just have to be ready to take advantage of it when it happens.
All for a girl
How well did you know me when you came to Columbia? Nothing but trouble that way. Best to head straight back to Rapture.
Pretty lady not finished yet.
What? Open the tear.
Power for device, very expensive. Tit for tat.
Just tell me what you want.
Such a wonder something simple. Lock of hair.
Oh, you're not serious.
Not your hair, stupid. Fink has a secret lab. Mothballed, forgotten. In there, hair sample. In jar. Cannot miss it. You get for suture. Then everybody friends.
Where's his lab?
Closed off, past Fink's quarters. You smart lady, you find.
Should have seen that one coming.
Populi. We must have arrived right in the middle of the siege.
On our way up to the First Lady.
And what happens if we run into ourselves?
We won't.
How do you know that?
Because we didn't.
When it saves, I'm calling it quits then. So.
Done me good service, but I will not hurt the boy. I will see Fink and Comstock burn, but I will not hold the son to account for the deeds of his father.
You've misunderstood us.
We neither asked you to harm the child.
Nor did we promise that yours would be the hand that would set Comstock's world afire.
A famous man once said,
And a famous man shall say,
I may reach the mountaintop,
but I fear I shall never visit the valley below.
But you mean I won't live to see the... No.
It's up to you what matters more.
Your part in the play.
Or the play itself.
Someone is coming.
She'll arrive, a girl.
She must leave. A woman.
And what makes the difference between a girl and a woman?
Blood.
Your part in the play.
Or the play itself.
Turn her into a killer? How?
Give the girl no choice.
And she will be forced to make one.
What the heck?
Those who had all will have nothing. Those who idled shall toil.
Say it! Long live Daisy Fitzroy. Long live the Vox Populi. The cause justice.
That's a little lazy.
We are neither dilly-dallers nor malingers. A treasure.
You gonna answer for this, girl? I'll find her.
Yeah, there's a war coming. You can smell it in the air. Fear.
My living quarters got reassigned, all right. I'm sleeping in Fink's bed tonight. You can't hide forever.
Okay, so I am going the wrong way. Can't hide from back here. Watch me. Her legs must be killing her.
Think.
A giant clock.
Sort of. Looks like the mechanism unlocks certain activities when Fink gives his blessing.
So what? We're stuck waiting for the cuckoo to go off?
No, there's a slot for some kind of key for manual winding. We just gotta find that.
Sure seems like a lot of work to lock down a few doors.
Yo, if there's one thing Fink loves, it's a lot of work.
Our current state of being, or lack thereof, has left my...
We've got the clock key.
Our current state of being, or lack thereof, has left my brother unfulfilled. The biological urge to leave one's mark is strong, and it is not an impossibility. We could instantiate ourselves back in Columbia, return to an old life for the possibility of creating new. But we died in that world. Returning would mean giving up part of us, ourselves. We'd become flesh and all that it is heir to. The mysteries of the universe would become once again mysteries.
What the hell is this about?
As to the matter of religion, let me place myself in the camp of the agnostic. I pretend to understand the mysteries of the infinite no more than you, Comstock, or anyone else for that matter. But for the sake of argument, let's say this is all one unhappy accident, and we're all alone in our toils. Then who would Comstock use to control and shame us with rules that apply only to those with not a penny in their pocket? If there were no God, you could rest assured the first deed done by the first rich man would be inventing him.
Sea slugs. Goddamn sea slugs. Could that Oriental have come up with a more inconvenient fuel for his plasmids? If there is a God, and I've seen more evidence to the contrary than in support, you'd think he'd have put Adam into the belly of a nice little seagull or crow. The cost of all these underwater expeditions are murdering my margins.
idiot his lock of hair.
Which is hilarious.
Listen, I got you your gun. I'm here for my ass.
But my Booker DeWitt died for the Vox Populi. You either an imposter or a ghost. My Booker DeWitt was a hero to the cause, a story to tell your children.
So, if we had just turned around.
Look, are you there? I miss you. You were the only one who ever... You were my only friend. Booker.
I'm not even here. I'm a projection of your own.
Could you humor me then? Please.
I think Booker would miss you.
Was not expecting that to happen. Really?
Somebody hiding! Don't think you can hide from me! Here I come!
When you have quality.
I think I'll just...
Daisy sacrificed herself. Set me up to kill her, to turn me into what?
A killer.
Yeah, well, mission accomplished. I'm no martyr. How did you do it, Booker? How did you...
Elizabeth, I'm not Booker.
And neither am I.
So, is that everyone?
Now, I know there's been some concern about the nature of the work we do here at Fink Manufacturing. Why, some say they're uncomfortable with the purported harm and suffering our research brings. But friends, let me pose a simple question. Is there anything you would not do to guarantee the health and safety of your loved ones? My interest is the future health of your children. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Oh God.
Seems like Fink and Suchong were sharing their research.
Like the Lutesses. Cross-reality collaboration. It all makes a kind of sense. The little sisters and the big daddies. Songbird and me.
Constants and variables. What is all this?
Imprinting. That's a wire mother. If you separate a gorilla from its real mother, it will imprint on almost anything. Even that.
Why would Fink care about that?
Songbird. He wanted him to imprint on me.
Well, if I recall, that was a problem he solved.
These poor things. Fink couldn't get them to imprint, so I left them to die. Imprinting failed. That can't be right. Clearly they formed a connection between Songbird and me.
How?
I was so young, I always remember him just being there. It must be a prototype or something.
Is it a human?
Does it matter? I tried hypnotherapy.
On the Songbird. How'd that go?
About as well as you'd expect.
Tiger made it to the last DLC. Whoa, what the? Okay, dark room.
Booker, the little girl in the film. It's me. My God. Oh, I remember he'd crashed into the tower. I guess he was in some sort of fight. I waited there thinking I don't know, that something would happen, but he just lay there, moaning. I couldn't just...
The lion with the thorn in its paw. So much for science.
I should have just left him there to die. I should have just... I will never escape it. Exploited, exploiting, me, Comstock, you, Sally. It's like a wheel of blood spinning round and round. Well, this must be the genetic sample Suchong wanted.
He sent you all the way back here for a sample of your own hair?
He doesn't know I was once the child that imprinted on Songbird. But to him, all of the answers lie in DNA. Men like Suchong mistake an ounce of empathy for a pound of science.
It's open. See if anything's worth reappropriating. Check for stragglers. Spread out. Where are you going?
Somebody hide! Here I come!
Long live Daisy!
To a
occurred to me that this breakthrough regarding the songbird casts my arrangement with the Oriental Doctor in a new light. What more could be gained by this continued partnership? What secrets that I could not answer for myself? Su Chong can only offer table scraps. Jeremiah Fink has richer meat in mind.
What you got there? Dunno. Just grabbing anything that looks halfway there.
Alright.
Over here! Shake a leg!
Since when did you become part? You gonna answer for this, girl? Used to do for the man. Now at least I do for myself.
Who's that then?
Who's that?
Find her!
I'll find her.
Who's there? Friend or foe?
Who's out there?
You see where she went? Are you alright? That's it. I'm coming!
Oh wow, I really do need to make that text small.
Daisy really even had a choice?
What do you mean?
Right about now, I'm planting a pair of scissors in her back to protect a child she was never going to harm. She chose to die for her revolution. What about me? For all the endless worlds, all the infinite possibilities. Did I ever even have a choice? Did you?
Yeah. Booker thought he did.
Look where it got us. Right back where we started. All these infinite universes. And yet we end up just going down the same paths.
No, don't take your meaning.
My father sold me to settle a marker. Comstock locked me up in a tower. And I sold Sally for what? Revenge? To prove a point?
And yet, here you are, settling the debt.
And say we find her. The old past their damage to the universe. Isn't it too late for her now?
Well, I'd say that's up to her to decide. Justice coming back here was up to you.
Rapture runs on children. Little girls with gold growing in their bellies. I'm not gonna break any cycle. If I'm lucky, maybe I can dent it. Just a little.
Pretty lady has the hair? Deal is deal. Bring it to Suchong.
Bad juju. Hey, Chaz. Literally, that was bad timing.
Pretty lady put hair sample in tube. Then, business is finished.
What's going on out there?
Can I save this? Restart checkpoint. Resume game. Oh, come on.
Bloodshed, violence, but not relevant to our arrangement.
Suchong! Suchong, we had a deal, now open!
Do you know what they call someone who enters a man's home uninvited? A thief. And I do not remember inviting you into my city.
I had a deal with Suchong.
Yi Suchong is my employee. It was not a deal he was authorized to make.
What do you want?
I granted Atlas and his thugs asylum. You serve those same men in a desire to escape from my generosity. If they shall not have asylum, then they shall have liquidation. Give a parasite an ounce of charity. He'll demand a pound.
I'm just looking for a girl that was taken from me. A little sister.
I don't claim to understand what you are, but I know that you are special. There is business we can do together. And so I give you a choice. Work for me or die with Atlas.
I'm not going anywhere without that girl.
If it's a little sister you want, that shouldn't stand in the way of commerce. I've got dozens of them.
I won't leave without her.
My men stand ready to take down the door. In 60 seconds, they will enter the room. They will either treat you as a valued employee of Ryan Industries, or as a thief.
60 seconds.
There must be half a dozen of them or more. I've got to get ready. Traps. I can use the plasmids as traps and seed the room with them. I gotta find somewhere to hide and surprise them. Take them down one by one. Booker, I'm scared.
They'll underestimate you, Elizabeth. People always do.
40 seconds. You know what I see on your face? Uncertainty. Who is this girl to you? 30 seconds. Do you know the value of the shark? Without them, the sea would be littered with the detritus of the weak. The men who come for you have much in common with those great animals. What sharks do for the ocean, these men do for rapture. 20 seconds. I will tell you something you already sense. Atlas does not honor agreements. Andrew Ryan does. I cannot save your Sally, but I can save you. Time. You're not a hero. You're not even a parasite. You're just a room. And Andrew Ryan has no time for rooms.
Show yourself.
Principal, you wouldn't be skulking around.
Not in the mood for this hide and seek.
Where is she?
Get back here!
Jerk. Should have never stuck his neck out. Goddamn time you showed.
This one's down for the count.
Not all easy targets. You get some. Pay the piper, sweetheart.
business!
Ah, what a pain.
Now you're in the soup.
That's all I have!
Just business!
Oh god, that was horrible.
I beat your sharks, Ryan. The better man won. Isn't that the only thing you respect? Now let me the hell out of here.
Sounds like all hell's breaking loose out there. What's your plan?
I can't just place the particle on the ceiling. It would just tear right through it. But every building in Rapture was submerged into the ocean on a lunette ring, connected to the junction of its load-bearing supports.
That's fascinating and all, but if you haven't noticed, Ryan sent his goons to murder us. If you're gonna pull a rabbit out of a hat, now's the time to do it.
Looks like the structural junction is in Frank Fontaine's office. If I can get there, I can float the building.
It so happens I've taken that bastard's office for my own use. I'll make sure you've access to the private elevator. Now hurry.
Come on! Let's work something out. Won't steal my lead! It's Ryan's Goon Squad.
In, boys. Time to get your hands dirty.
Never respected that. Shut me here!
I never wanted to be an office clerk.
There's supposed to be a brunette. Anyone seen her? Look around!
What's up?
Come on now. You got my full attention.
Louie. Hey, if you don't get down here soon, there's not going to be an ounce of booze or a piece of ass for the taking. Sometimes I think you've taken this whole Robin Hood business a bit too much to heart. Fontaine's got us out there ladling soup for the purpose of building.
Oh, you serious?
She's gone for good now.
She knew her ticket to Rapture was a one-way proposition.
You can warn people not to collapse a quantum superposition, but do they ever really listen?
So ends the DeWitt Comstock line.
Don't let your grief overwhelm you, sister.
One could believe a mission is doomed to failure, and wish sincerely that it wasn't. Hopes like quantum superpositions have a tendency to collapse.
Sometimes dying is funny as hell. But I'm gonna call it here because apparently this is the safe point. So, see ya. Bye-bye. Later.